How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. It's Friday night, and it's all good in the neighborhood. No complaints here on this side of the fence. And hey, the weekend starting off great. Even though, quote unquote, the election in itself isn't specifically over, but my personal opinion is over. And if a decision's not made by tonight, it's going to be made by Monday. And I was supposed to make this video on Wednesday, but people are still counting their votes. And hey, to the victor goes the spoil. So whoever wins, wins, and we can get on with our lives. Because basically tonight's topic is just talking about moving forward and moving on. There's but so much media nonsense that I can even listen to before I'm just like, this isn't going to happen and whatnot. So but with that being said, it's all good in the neighborhood, and we're going to continuously move forward. But before we do, me, I like to get my music on and all that good stuff. So let's get the party started in a good way and all that good stuff. And before I get on with the presentation, before I get going with the presentation and whatnot, all right, very good. All right, we're straight. All right, let's get a little music playing and we go from there. Because it's Friday night and I'm feeling good and I'm ready for the night to get going and commencing and all that good stuff. I'm gonna go over a little presentation of what's the best way forward. Not giving out any financial advice, obviously, because I'm not a financial professional, but definitely want to give out some good advice in regards to one of the best way forwards and whatnot for all of us, because it's been enough nonsense over all this stuff. So like I said, it's just time for us to move forward and see what the best course of action is for everybody. And I'm glad that most people are just keeping a nice positive vibe and atmosphere about themselves. I think at this juncture, that's the best course of action. You know what I'm saying? Um, if your candidate didn't win, so be it. If your candidate did win, so be it. But it's time for us to really get things going. Okay, let's get it going, family. Let's get it going. All right, let's get it going. All right. Thank you for all that are joining tonight. If you are watching, please definitely give a like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, family. About to get into the show right now. Just a little bit of a presentation, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. All righty. Now, basically, what I'm talking about today as a whole is basically, everybody has their political jargon that they're going back and forth on. And I think the smarter people are the ones they voted, they did what they needed to do, and now they're moving on with their lives. Okay, and whenever the announcement is made of who the president's going to be, then so be it. We're going to move on with our lives on that one. Okay, it's not that serious. However, I definitely want to get into a presentation and whatnot, talk about the specific jobs that are going to be the jobs and the industries that are actually going to be the way forward for everybody from 2021 and beyond. Like I said, I've said this once and I'll keep saying it until the day I die. The next 5 years are going to be very interesting no matter who the president is. The next 5 years are going to be very interesting no matter where you live at in the world, not even just the United States, but in the world and whatnot. And it's going to be the outside of the box thinkers, the movers and the shakers, and the people that have a money motivating and a community spirit that are going to be the winners, no matter what. The future Elon Musk's, the future Russell Simmons, the future Damon Johns, the future Steve Jobs. Those are going to be the people to feature Robert Johnsons. Those are going to be the people that are going to be the winners, and the people that are within their camps and within their circles. Those are the ones that are going to be ready to rock and roll and make things happen. You know what I mean? So let me get back to remove that. Let's see. Stop sharing screen. Let's share screen. Yep. All righty. And let's get the presentation going, family. Possible it's the first time I'm doing this, so make sure that it pops up. I'm looking on my cell phone now, so please bear with me. All right, cool. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so at the end of the day, remote jobs are a very, very big thing right now, and remote jobs are actually changing the landscape and whatnot of the United States of America and other parts of the world. Obviously, I spelled remote wrong, but oh well. We'll go forward. But anyways, remote jobs that are in demand right now are software engineer jobs, management nurse positions, accountants, insurance professionals, online educators, customer service reps. And this is just from a jobs perspective and whatnot. And there's a lot of people that love the idea of having a remote job because it gives them the opportunity to live where they want to live, or live in another place and actually start a new life and a new adventure and whatnot. One of the things that I admire about people who are in the military that serve the United States of America, and the other people who join militaries of other countries and whatnot, that I respect is that, they're willing to sacrifice their lives, or, their families have to sacrifice all at the same time. Constantly on the go and constantly moving around for the safety of the country and for the mission and whatnot, and the safety of their brothers and sisters in uniform and arms and all that good stuff. And they have an adapt and overcome mentality. And more workers are having a adapt and overcome mentality. I would say probably for the last 10 to 20 years and whatnot. But you have people who have a mentality of when they can make money online, whether if it's just a regular job, whether it's a business and things of that nature, then it opens up more opportunities. Now, is there more chance of risk? Yes, but it opens up more doors of opportunity for where that they can live a lifestyle that they don't have to take a vacation from every couple of months and whatnot. And I'm specifically speaking life before COVID-19, because right now it's a different story. However, when one has the opportunity to make money online and one has the opportunity to live where they want to live, a lot of times their happiness increases, the happiness of their families increase. And I say this because I'm from the DMV area. And the DMV area, a lot of people just live in the area, not because they love it, but because the jobs are here. Okay, a lot of good paying jobs are here and whatnot. And it's very common for people to live, they'll drive from Southern Virginia to go work in DC. They'll drive from West Virginia to go work in DC. They'll drive from Pennsylvania to go work in DC. They'll drive from Southern Maryland to go work in DC. One guy drove from Delaware to work in DC every day. So like I said, that's how crazy it can be, just so people can be a part of a certain industry and whatnot. Or they'll stay in like rent a bedroom out and whatnot, and then they'll go see their family on the weekends. Okay, just all because of a job. This is why a lot of times I don't crap on jobs or anything of that nature, but this sounds crazy, right? But people do this. All right. One gentleman he was living with his kids in a part of Virginia, and just so he could have a job in another part of Virginia, but the actual family was actually in Southern Virginia, which was actually about 4 hours away, all in order for him to be able to have a lifestyle that he wants. Now, for most people that are millennials, we don't want that. That's a no. We do not want to make those kind of crazy sacrifices when we don't have to. Okay. So that's why we looking at entrepreneurship. We look at owning businesses. We look at engagement with other people all over the freaking planet and whatnot, because we want to be able to build relationships that are not just like, hey, this is the person I'm going to have a beer with or play basketball with, but a relationship that's going to actually thrive and help everybody out at the situation. It's not just a give and take. Everybody wins. Everybody looks out for each other. All right. Now, insurance professionals, online educators, and especially nowadays, a lot of insurance professionals, whether it's life insurance, medical professionals, when it comes to medical plans and things of that nature, term life insurance, whole life insurance policy, people who have the insurance license are killing it. And they've been, especially people like that were killing it in the online economy before COVID-19 even came into existence. Online educators, a lot of them were killing it. They call them adjuncts and whatnot before COVID-19. So a lot of people were already prepared to teach adults online. Now people have been trained to teach children online. So it's and I look at that as another positive thing all at the same time, because a lot of times people always look for the negative. I try to look for the positive and whatnot. Customer service reps. There's a reason why a lot of Americans who retire to other parts of the world, specifically the Caribbean, Central and South America, and where else? And the Philippines and whatnot, and they're actually considered VAs, virtual assistants. Virtual assistants, a lot of them are killing it, and you would not believe the amount of money that they make a lot of times just being able to be a virtual assistant for a specific entrepreneur. A great example, people who are wholesale real estate, they utilize a lot of VAs. People who have their own online business, they use a lot of virtual assistants for marketing campaigns and things of that nature to get them additional customer base, things of that nature. So there's a lot of money to be made out here. You just have to not only find it, but you got to be able to connect with the right people. That's just my personal opinion from what I've seen and what I've experienced at the same time. Like I said, not giving any financial advice, just giving some specific advice in regards to how how the world is now and how the world is definitely changing. And I just think it's in everyone's best interest to analyze and study and research and engage with people that want to take part in this change of the job market and who are taking part of the change of the job market and whatnot. If you stay a couple of steps ahead of the game and whatnot, you don't have to worry about taking 5 steps forward. Actually, you can take 10 steps forward and whatnot, but it's all about implementation. And for me, when I know about this stuff more than I know about a football team, it just makes me feel more secure in what's going on in my life, because a job is a great thing to have, but a job can stand for just over broke if you don't know how to manage your finances, and if you don't know how to play the game right. That's just what it is. I always quote one of my old school favorite wrestlers, Booker T. He said, "Don't hate the player, hate the game. And if you're in the game of having a job, then just know how to play it." That's all I'm saying. I will never job shame, because I have a job and I've had jobs and whatnot. Okay, just because I run businesses on the side and whatnot doesn't mean I think I'm better than anybody. All I'm saying is, if you're going to be in the game, just play it to win. Don't just play it to be a person who can get sacrificed like you're a pawn in the game of chess. Because make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the job market, it is a game of chess. It's not a bad thing. People are competing on a regular basis, and people are competing even more so now. Why? Because you're probably going to have 30 people or 50 people for every job that comes out nowadays. So at least you need to know what skills are in demand and do your research and contact any specific professionals that you need to do. That's all I'm saying. Well, I'm saying the election is over. They haven't made an official announcement yet, but hey, I'm moving on. I suggest everybody else do the same thing. All right. Now, jobs that are actually in demand from a physical perspective, truck drivers never going to go away, especially given the fact where you have more and more online sales higher than ever. 2020, we've seen that. Okay. And I believe that they're canceling Black Friday. So a lot of more online sales and online deals are going to happen. And obviously it's going to quadruple, and there's going to be a bigger need for delivery drivers to get people's items to their houses and to their businesses. Warehouse clerks, specialists, stock clerks, etc. A lot of people, especially a lot of my friends that live in Houston and whatnot, they've been killing it in the warehouse industry for a long time, and they get different specific certifications so that they can operate certain machinery and whatnot. And it's not only just working at places like Amazon and whatnot, but they're working at chemical plants, things of that nature, other additional import-export facilities and whatnot, because obviously you got Galveston right there on the Gulf Coast. And if you live in a port city, you know there's a lot of warehousing jobs and whatnot, and there's a lot of supply chain jobs, so it's logistics jobs, things of that nature. Like I said, the list goes on and on. It's just about how you want to play the game and how you want to get involved and whatnot. That's how I look at it at the end of the day. Okay, personal care aides and whatnot, and that could be not just the home health care aid people that actually help people when it comes to any specific medical needs that they have. Especially, obviously, more people have that nowadays, unfortunately, because of COVID-19. But the majority of the time, their insurance covers it, or their Medicaid or Medicare actually covers these specific services and whatnot. And a lot of times, jobs like that you put you in the 1099 club. And like I said, but before I say anything else, I'm not a financial professional, so you consult one and you do your research. Okay, don't just say Larry said this, and therefore it's the law. No, do your research, challenge me. I'm all about engagement. All right. But if you're in the 1099 club instead of the W-2 club, certain instances you can actually get more tax write-offs when tax season comes. So you get a lot more money back from Uncle Sam because you weren't in the W-2 category. But whatever works for you. Retail store managers, even though a lot more online stores are a lot more online stores are growing, and brick and mortar seems like it's going to be shrinking and whatnot. But still, stores like the Targets and the Walmarts and whatnot will still be in demand. Grocery stores will still be in demand, even though you got more of these smart grocery stores popping up thanks to Amazon and whatnot. But somebody still has to manage the store eventually. And depending on what state you live in, a lot of times store managers actually make a good living. Depending on sales, sometimes store managers actually get a specific amount of bonuses every year. All right. Registered nurses have always been in demand. That this isn't a big surprise. They will always be in demand, as far as I know, especially in the United States, where the healthcare industry is a big industry and a big profitable industry. IT specialists, really no other way to put it. IT specialists are definitely going to go up and up and up and up. And before I go on, please, if you're watching, please give it a like. That's all I ask, family. Please just give me a like. It definitely helps for the algorithm and whatnot, for other people to come in and join the conversation and whatnot. And once I'm done my presentation, if you want to call in, I will put the link in the comment section, and we can go from there and have an intellectual discussion and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not talking Democrats and Republicans. I'm talking check-ins and savings. All right. So IT specialists have always been in high demand, and I think with the COVID-19 crisis, unfortunately, but you've had more and more IT specialists get higher in demand. I've seen more IT jobs online than you would not believe, and you can do your own research yourself because there's just more of a demand for it, especially given the fact that you have more people working from a remote access perspective. So they need to ensure that the systems are working in an efficient capacity because you have more and more people not in the office, and you got to ensure that the people can log into the gateway that goes to the company's gateway and whatnot profile, so that they actually can conduct their work, especially when you have more systems like Zoom and whatnot and WebEx being utilized for more video teleconferencing happening. Okay. And that's another reason why, unfortunately, the flight industry has been severely hurt economically, for the simple fact that less people are flying, more people are driving, and more people are conducting business online. All right. Health service administrators, obviously, with a big demand for any sort of healthcare professional, it's growing more and more. So hospitals are, they need more staff. There's been a shortage, even in the in parts of Europe, there's been a shortage of doctors and nurses and whatnot, I believe specifically in the UK. So that's always been a high demand. It's going to continuously be in high demand. Doctors, lawyers, especially more and more law firms are doing business online nowadays. So that, I think, a lot more the lawyer. I think you're going to have a time frame where you have more court proceedings done online than you will people having to go to the physical court, because COVID-19 is obviously not going anywhere anytime soon. All right. Now, when it comes to the trades, barbers, salon specialists, mechanics, people that are blue collar workers, I always give respect to them. People who are blue collar workers are always going to be in demand, no matter if you got a smart car, if you got a regular car and whatnot. You're going to have somebody work on it to ensure that it stays manageable, operable, and on the road. All right. Financial advisors. I see this, and this is just my personal opinion, I see this financial advisors growing more and more for one specific reason, because more and more people are getting more on the financial intelligence tip, because they see what's happened when you just depend on a job solely and you don't have any backup plans whatsoever, how that can specifically hurt your family. And we don't want that to happen. Okay. We definitely don't want that to happen. So we need more and more people to actually become more financially literate, not just for themselves, but their family at the same time. All right. Data operations analysts, definitely that's going to be continuously growing or whatnot, because that has more and more need for data providers and data holders and things of that nature. It's going to just simply increase, for the simple fact that more and more business is going to get done online, whether you want it to or not. Construction, skilled trade workers, definitely going to be consistently in high demand. And one of the specific reasons, in my personal opinion, like I said, not giving out any financial advice, that these jobs are going to be in higher demand is because with COVID-19, you got more and more people leaving the major cities. And there was one time when people just wanted to have smaller homes, wanted to have a little apartment and things of that nature. But now, because we're spending so much time at home, more people need more room, because home isn't just a home anymore. It's become a classroom. It's become a gym. It's become an office and things of that nature. So people want more space so that they can be much more comfortable. So that's why a lot of people have been leaving the major cities and going back into the suburbs or small towns, so that they can have more space to be able, I mean, let's be realistic about it. If you're making a six-figure salary and your job's in New York City or your job's in DC, and I'm talking to my corporate people, your job's in LA, your job's in Houston, but you and your family don't want to live in these specific areas, and you might want to move to the middle of Texas, Arizona, Florida, small town, bigger house, more land, so you can have more, be able to stretch more. I get it. And that's I think that's what's going to happen more and more. People are going to get away from the cities more because if there's no events happening, there's no sort of day life or nightlife happening, and nobody wants to be stuck in a small apartment if they don't have to be. Then, hey, certain people are just going to do what they have to do. Okay. Now, last but not least, industries that are in demand, Amazon fulfillment sellers. Hey, that's just going to continuously grow. Anything dealing with selling products on any level or service on any level online, my personal opinion is going to grow. Digital marketers, that's another industry that's going to grow. My brother from another mother, Christopher Edwards, and you should check him out. Reaching Out Consultants. Definitely check him out on Facebook. He's on Twitter, and he's on I can't remember. That's just Instagram. Yeah. So Christopher Edwards, Reach Out Consultants and whatnot. He's just a consultant reaching out, and his main primary objective is to help businesses, whether they're online businesses or regular blue collar businesses, to be able to market their businesses within a more efficient manner, so that they can actually increase their customer revenue and things of that nature. So definitely check out Reaching Out Consultants, drop shipping specialist businesses. Hey, I'm in the drop shipping business. I'm a person that, Larry's Anything Goes. We sell products online, and I just buy from a drop shipping online provider, and I send it to my customers when I get the orders and whatnot. Thanks to all my customers. You guys always greatly appreciate it. Graphic designers, freelance copywriters, marketing business, janitorial cleaning services, especially janitorial cleaning services. Okay. Another friend of mine, Terrence Moulton, he's definitely a great guy, and he has his own janitorial cleaning service, and they're actually getting janitorial cleaning companies that are actually COVID certified, because a lot more certain companies are having more people come back to work, certain agencies are having more people come back to work, so you're going to have a need for additional cleaning services. If you have an efficient certified cleaning business, then you're going to be able to get a significant amount of contracts. I don't care what state or city you live in, because at the end of the day, some people want things to come back to some sort of normalcy. I could definitely see more schools needing this demand, corporations needing this demand, and definitely gymnasiums needing this demand, for them to hire more and more subcontractor janitorial cleaning services and whatnot. For this matter. I mean, especially government agencies are going to need this, from the federal to the state to the local governments. They're going to need these kind of services and whatnot, especially if, unfortunately, if there is an incident where a person has any sort of disease, but say, for instance, if they have COVID-19 and whatnot, they're going to have to sanitize the area, and they're going to have to call companies that people like that own, and they're going to get those contractors, and they're going to make a killing or whatnot, and get the tax write-offs all at the same time. All right. There's another gentleman, Mr. Wright. He has his own cleaning company. If I can remember, I'll put it in the chat room. But landscaping services, that's definitely going to continue to be in demand, especially given the fact I see landscaping business growing more because of more people buying more and more single family homes. Because if you look around the country right now, you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at the actual landscaping of when houses go on the market, they sell like that. I've told the story about a house in my neighborhood that was bought at a tax lien for like $30,000 to $40,000, and it was a fix and flip, and they sold the house for almost $500,000. So what does that tell you? And the house wasn't on the market less than 4 days. And most of these houses, the moment they put on the market, no matter where they're at in this country, they're sold just like that. Okay, so that's where we're at in that regards. But I make that claim because more and more people who own properties, especially single family homes, are going to want to have landscaping services. And therefore, that if you're a person that's in that business, I just foresee your business growing, obviously, especially if you're in a state especially if you're like in the South, not the desert states, because you live in a desert, you're not worried about grass. But yeah, if you're living in the South and whatnot, if you're living on the Southeast and parts of the East Coast, more and more landscaping services are going to be needed because more people are moving back into the single family homes. All right. So on that note, that's all I got. And I really just wanted to say, it's time for us to fix our mindsets. It truly is. And when I say fix our mindsets, I truly mean that turn off the news as much as possible. If you're watching this election, if you made your vote, you made your vote. And it's It's going to be announced eventually. If not today, then it's Monday. Okay. Or maybe sometime this weekend, who knows? But we need more growth mindsets. We don't need fixed mindsets, and I will read this. The growth mindset is failure is an opportunity to grow. This has been a year for a lot of people dealing with failure or getting close to failure. But this is an opportunity for all of us to grow. I can learn to do anything I want. We all need to have that mindset. Challenges help me to grow. My effort and attitude determine my abilities. And it's so true, because if you walk around with a funky stink attitude every day, nothing good is going to come out of it. Trust me on that one. My efforts and my attitude determine my abilities. Feedback is constructive. That's why I always like to engage with people. That's why I go on live. I don't want to talk to people. I want to engage with people. I want to learn. I can't just read a bunch of books and when I listen to a bunch of podcasts and thinking that I know everything. Nobody knows everything. That's why engagement is possible and whatnot. That's why I like interviewing other people, because and thank you for the people who have come on my YouTube channel and Facebook page to interview, because it's been very, very beneficial for me to engage with you and hear your stories, because these stories keep me motivated. And I hope the videos that I make help keep you all motivated all at the same time. All right. I am inspired by success of others. I like to try new things. Being inspired by the success of others is a beautiful thing. A lot of times people are threatened by other people's success. I find it as a great opportunity to see somebody grow and shine. I love to see people do great, whether I know them or not. Okay. If somebody's doing great and I don't know them, there's no reason for me to hate on them. That's just wasted time and wasted energy. And trying new things. A lot of people get stuck in the mindset, you're never too old to try something new, but it's on you to want to do it. All right. And my mindset is this: if you fail, it's something you learn at. Okay. The comfort zone is a death sentence. Can't put it any other way. So now I'm going to go to the fixed mindset, because unfortunately, we have too many people that are fixed mindset, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just, I look at it as an opportunity for you to grow. Failure is the limit of my abilities. And I don't like that. That's part of the fixed mindset. I'm either good at it or I'm not. That's not true. It's like, you might not be good at it now, but you could be good at it later. You just have to have that positive mindset. My abilities are unchanging. That's up to you. You are the CEO of your own life. And if you don't think that you can change and do better for yourself, then you're wasting your time. And like I said, I don't do negativity. I don't do drama. I do business. That's what the hashtag says. And that's what my shirts say. I don't do drama. I do business. All right. Okay. I'm not on a soap opera. That's why I don't argue with people on the internet or in person and whatnot, unless it's about some business or some money. That's a different story. If it's not in that category or life or death, then we have nothing to talk about if you just want to argue for the sake of arguing. Like some people just want to do that. Even when I put out positive posts, that's why I just delete them and block them. I don't have time for it. When I'm frustrated, I give up. We all get frustrated. Life can be hard sometimes, but the point of giving up, failure is not an option. Okay? Do or do not do. There is no try. And if you get knocked down, you wipe your face, you get back up again. That's just what life is all about. There's been a lot of people that have just been thriving in this COVID-19 environment because they refuse to let them get down. They refuse to let it kick them down, and they refuse. There's been a lot of people that were mad about the president and whatnot of what he says and does, but they don't care. They refuse to let it go down. They kick them down. They refuse to say, I'm not going to be able to do anything because somebody in the White House doesn't like me and whatnot, or somebody in the White House that I don't like. Who cares? Get it done. That's what it's about. Positive affirmations. Listen to the positive people. Do not listen to the negative people. And then darn sure don't listen to the freaking media. Okay? We don't wake up every day looking to be liked and whatnot. We wake up every day to have some sort of purpose. Okay? That's what it's about. All right. Feedback and criticism are personal. No, it shouldn't be. It's the chance for you to grow. Nobody should act like a baby just because they get some feedback that they don't like and whatnot. It's all a part of growing up. I get feedback sometimes I don't like, but I don't let it stop me. I let it help me grow. I stick to what I know. That's the easy cop out. And a lot of people do that, especially a lot of people in the DMV do that. And then they wonder why 30 years later, they end up being freaking miserable because they did, this is all I know. No, this is all you want to know. That's all I can say about that. Okay. That's why I tell people, no. This is all you want to know. Last but not least, entrepreneur versus employees. There's nothing wrong with being either. But it's just like I said, the entrepreneur has to play chess, not checkers. And the employee has to play chess, not checkers. They just have to do it in a different way. Entrepreneurs work for themselves. They build their dreams. They scale their business. They're independent. They work to live their dreams. They discipline themselves. They take big risks. They're aware of that you can fail and you're never 100% safe. That is the mindset of an entrepreneur. Okay. The mindset of an employee can be work for someone else, build your boss's dreams. But a lot of times people use their job to help build their own dreams. And I implore you all to do that at the same time. But if your job is your dream, then fine. But don't cry if a layoff comes because of a pandemic, because we know that can happen. Or if the economy tanks, we know that can happen. So we know that to expect the unexpected, whether you're an entrepreneur, business person, an employee, et cetera, and so forth. What is your backup plans? Not just backup plan, but backup plans. Okay. A lot of people just depend on their boss to work, and then a lot of people just want to work to live for the weekends and whatnot. I find that to be very sad and unfortunate. We should want to live to see every day, not just for the weekends. All right. A lot of times the employee mindset is just stick to the schedule. A lot of times it's nice to muffle and break up your schedule and whatnot, because that breaks the comfort zone and things of that nature. All right. And, another thing, it says stay in your comfort zone. Don't do that. It's a death sentence. Do your stuff and you're safe. There's no such thing as safety unless because even people who have a job and whatnot, especially dangerous jobs and whatnot, a lot of times they can end up getting hurt, from a police officer to a person in the military, a construction worker. There's no such thing as being 100% safe and whatnot. And then the last one is, if you do good work, then you have no worries. And you're going to have to worry about something eventually, whether you're an entrepreneur, business person, employee, etc. So you're always going to have to worry about something. Okay. And the last but not least, everything comes with an advantages and disadvantages. You decide what path that you're going to be on and the way that you want to go. And that's all I can say about that. We all need to decide and make it happen, and not just put our everything within a bucket of somebody else's. That's why I said the election is somewhat over. What's next? What is your plan? There's only basically 2 months left in 2020. We're going into 2021. You got to have a plan, no matter who sits in the White House, the State House, or a mayor's seat, or your county government seat. You're going to have to make a move. You're going to have to get it done. Okay. So I want to see more of that excitement now. I don't need to see any more political excitement. It's like, all right, the election was on Tuesday. I'm over it. I hope that you guys are over it as well. So that's all I got on that one, family. I just wanted to put my perspective out there. I think it's time for us to really and truly just look at, how we can have a better opportunity to grow if you're in the right industry, if you are, quote unquote, in the right job and whatnot, or if you're heading for the right job. And employ your kids to have both of a mindset to be an entrepreneur and to be an employee and whatnot. Okay. Allow them to have those opportunities and those differences. Let finances be the subject of discussion as much as politics is, as much as sports is, as much as music is. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that I'm better than anybody just because I engage in the financial aspects and the intelligence aspects of it all and the partnership aspects of it all. All I am saying is, for me, now that the election for me, it's over. So I'm not worried about it no more. I implore everybody to move forward and do what they have to do at the end of the day. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. It's always greatly appreciated. If you gave a thumbs up or you subscribe, that's always greatly appreciated at the same time. On that note, I'm going to call it a night. Hopefully you guys have a great day. As always, have a great weekend. Make money moves. And thank you. Excuse me. Thank you again for tuning in. Excuse me. Jesus. And hopefully you guys have a great night. All right. Take care, family.